snowballing, I guess, in terms of everybody's going down?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to deal with it. I was concerned. I thought initially when Moody grabbed his hamstring, I thought it was a cramp, and then he thought it was a little more than that, and he just couldn't. He wanted to play. Obviously, we want him to play, but he just couldn't move. But despite all of that, if we could just made one play, just one play, from the free throw line, we shoot 59%. We get out rebounded by 12. We were in the game because we were making shots throughout a period of time, and we didn't turn it over, so it kept us in the game defensively. The zone bothered them a little bit early, and then they just crushed us on the offensive glass. But, listen, to beat a ranked team, an SEC game, you got to make a play. Somebody has to make a play, and we didn't get it done.
I know you just got a minute ago here, any kind of a prognosis yet on stuff?
Our trainer doesn't feel a divot, which is good. Obviously he's a pretty compact, tight guy. And we think it's a strain, but typically, if you've ever pulled your hamstring, which obviously would be very problematic, there would be a divot formed based where the tear is, and there's no divot. And I don't think he could have even given us as much as he did if it was torn. So I think he's probably strained it. He's a pretty special kid physically, so we'll see what happens next. You know what? I honestly, I didn't really want to. My staff wanted him in the game because he's our mojo, obviously. When you don't have we just don't have anybody. Moss fouls out. I mean, I look up sometimes at the team we had on that floor. And so that's why we ran the plays to the guys that I didn't think Moody could get separation, and yet they were going to still guard him with a couple of guys. So it was going to allow other people to get looks, got those looks, just didn't cash in. Oh, it's a killer. That's a killer. I thought at least he was active. I mean, he can jump up and get an SEC rebound. We don't have many of those guys. That's my fault. But he can jump up and get an SEC rebound, and that's the reason he was in the game, just to kind of give us a presence. He gave us 3 big block shots. Offensively, we've got some limitations, but we got to finish some plays, to win these games. I preach all the time, you're not going to back your way into anything of significance, and we got to go make a play, whether it be offense, defense, whatever. And just didn't get it done. Yeah, and we obviously sold out to the zone. I'm not sure we played one possession man. That really wasn't the game plan. The game plan was to throw them off. I knew once Frank knew that Sebas wasn't going to play, that they were just going to post the big kid and throw over the top. They do a lot of that anyway. And I just didn't want it to be so demoralizing. So, I don't know, the 22, our pressure hurt them a little bit, and then it kept them out of rhythm. Everything's working good, and then you get fouls, and you look up on that back line, and you got Terrence Davis, you got Dante Fitzpatrick, you got Terry Brutus. And, we're closing out to, not in an SEC fashion, we're closing out to drivers. We left Dwayne Notice, the one guy. They only made 4 all night, and he made them. Made a huge one, I thought, right in front of their bench down the stretch. But, hey, the effort was there. Our guys showed a lot of effort, a lot of courage, battle. But unfortunately, in this game, that's not enough. You have to make a play. And offensively, when Moody, I think we were up 11, you said, when he grabbed his hamstring. And then from that moment forward, we were trying to get somebody else to step up, and we just couldn't get that. Well, who knows what his prognosis is moving forward, but we are what we are. We've got to play the hand that's dealt us.
Do you remember a game you didn't play bad at all?
I can't remember one. I've coached a long time, but I can't remember one.
How long do you think that is?
We won't know. The surgery went well, according to the doctor. He'll be checked again in the morning, obviously, to see how the eye is responding. But I would assume we're going to be 72 hours away from having a real understanding of, okay, everything's good, he's progressing, and then we can kind of put together a plan. But I don't think, they put some fluid. I don't know a whole lot about it. They were trying to explain it, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but they put some fluid in his eye to stabilize the retina. And that fluid will have to be taken out as well, which will be another procedure, obviously not as extensive as what he just went through, but we'll go by what the doctor tells us. I thought he was going to go today. He practiced yesterday, and then he's got some swelling in his eye. He's got some pressure issues in his eye, so we've got to try to get that under control. And with the pressure, his eyelid is swollen. It doesn't look like his vision's very good.
Maybe obviously he had an ACL. If you ever had another scenario where he was 3 in the top 5, things like that.
No, when we had it was our third year, and we lost Trevor Gaskins in the preseason, so we had a little time, and then Polonese after the first game, and then obviously Chris, and then we had Zach Graham had an issue, and W. Wirtz. We had all kinds of issues. Hopefully, we won't get to that magnitude again. Moody is such a freak physically, and I mean that affectionately. I think he'll be fine. He's just one human muscle, so he just we couldn't get to it. Wasn't a knot there. He just couldn't get loose again.
Kind of pleased with Terrence the other night. He played 25 minutes tonight. What did you see? You didn't even
No, it's a difficult position to put him in. He certainly gives us some athleticism and some energy, but it's difficult to throw him in against his first really extensive time in college against a team the magnitude of South Carolina. Thought he did some good things, made some mistakes, which is to be expected just based on inexperience.
You ever seen Mike that you had in the long
No, and at the end, he was really our only guy. I guess, I recruited him to be a stretch forward, and so we get Moss looks. And then AP was getting looks. And then they're both out of the game, so Moody can't go make a play. You don't have Tomas, you don't have AP. Where do you go? I don't know what to do. Where do you go? You can't throw it close because of the free throw situation with KG. They're just going to foul him. So we were just trying to get him a pin down. I thought he had a couple of looks. I didn't like the last one, dribbling around into nothing. But at the point in time of the game where we were, I was hoping that he would maybe get some penetration. And then South Carolina's creatures of habit, and they were going to swarm to the ball, and maybe we get a penetrating pitch. And then before you knew it, he kind of threw up an off-balance shot.